An aggressive summer transfer window has worked well for Wolves, with lots of success stories leading to the makings of a rebuild. But not all of their investments have paid off. Emile Smith-Rowe remains goalless 12 games into the season, while his counterpart Sergio Gomez also has yet to contribute on the offensive side. This is money not well spent, and it's time to make some changes. Coming up next on episode 5 of Rise of the Wolves. Welcome back to episode 5 of Rise of the Wolves. This is Total FIFA Career Mode at the Pitchside Pub. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me down below. Make sure you get in that comment section. I want to get your thoughts on this career. What else do you want to see? And of course, follow us on Twitter at Pitchside Pub. So we're getting into the thick of the season. We're 12 games into the Premier League season. We're sitting in 15th place. It's not a bad spot to be in. We wouldn't say we're safe from relegation, but we're out of the relegation zone. And of course, this time of year, the table is very clogged in the middle, and that's to be expected. But we are simply not scoring enough goals. 10 goals in 12 matches is not enough. In fact, it is last in the Premier League offensively, and that is a problem, and that has a lot to do with the guys I mentioned in the introduction. We spent a lot of money this offseason, but Emile Smith-Rowe and Sergio Gomez were two of the centerpieces, and they have a combined 0 goals scored, and that is a problem. So we are going to introduce a new formation and get those two up at the top in attacking midfield roles and see if we cannot jumpstart them offensively. Adam Holozic has done his job. He has had a nice season, but he's out there flying solo, and he needs some help. At the very least, these guys are very good in space, very good at passing, setting him up. I'll take assists at this point, not if we can't get goals. Assists would help. We got a familiar face here. You know, we're running into guys we traded off throughout the Premier League. That's always fun to face as we take on Fulham. We have to go to Fulham, not an easy task. As you see early on in the first half, an offensive attack, a chance, and a great save by Chevalier. He has been fantastic. That's one of our recurring storylines of the season, is how good Lucas Chevalier has been, and he has to be, because our back line has given up a ton of shots, a ton of chances, just like that one. So he has been absolutely keeping us in things. Back on the attack, Kiergaard in the 16-minute mark. He's going to look for somebody over the middle. Is anybody there? We got a cross. Oh, can't quite settle it. But this new formation, we're going to see how it helps with the attack. It's a 4-2-1-2-1. So we're seeing some crossing opportunities here. Nori, he tries to cross again. Oh, I don't know why they stopped that. That was curling back in. Thanks, FIFA. Not great. We're looking at a scoreless first half here. 44 minutes in, and Holozic with an opportunity. Oh, a great look, but right at Leno, he gets a hand on it, and we're going to go to halftime scoreless. Early in the second half, we're doing our job on defense. Chevalier doing his part as always. Got to clear this one though. Don't like playing with it in our half of the pitch here. Making the attack though, building from the back. Oh, and is that a foul? Not a foul. Oh, it looks like that's Emile Smith-Rowe. He's hurt, so he's going to have to come off. Not a great start to the adjustment we're looking for, but we're going to make some switches here, bring on Hugo Bueno for Nori, and get Emile Smith-Rowe out of the game, and hopefully he's not hurt for very long. Here's Tallis Magno. He came on for Smith-Rowe. That's a good look to Holozic. Oh, can't quite get a shot off Bueno, and he finds the net. Hugo Bueno, the other substitute, on the rebound, and he nutmegs the defender, and he finds the back of the net. Not exactly a consistent offensive source, Hugo Bueno, one of the holdovers from the actual Wolves team, but happy to have him in the game. He's actually been a nice player out on the wing for us as a wing back, so great contribution there. We take a 1-0 lead into the 71st minute, trying to hold this lead, trying to build on this lead. Kiergaard Up ahead, beats the defender. He's been fantastic this season. Sets up Holozic. Oh, and he just boots it wide. That's a bad look for Holozic, who's been great. That's a missed opportunity. He probably could have settled it a little bit more. 78th minute, still holding on to this 1-0 lead. Eric Martel holding on to the ball, playing it safe. Tallis Magno up ahead to Gomes. He's got an extra pass to Holozic, gets intercepted. Gomes might have had a chance. That would have been a better look if he had completed the pass, but they're just able to grab it. Last possession for Fulham. This is not what you want to see as time is running out. One last opportunity, and he's down the wing. Oh, Chevalier with the game-saving stop. That is a 2-point stop right there. Lucas Chevalier, as though he couldn't do any more, stops the final attempt from the speedy Adama Traore, and Wolverhampton goes to Fulham and gets all 3 points. That is not necessarily an easy task. The 63rd minute goal by Hugo Bueno after coming on as a sub, and that's all she wrote. Hey, good defense for against a Fulham team that can score a little bit, and that puts us up to 11th in the table. You can see the goals scored are still a problem. 1-0 is not how we want to win these games, but hey, wins are wins and we'll take it. Sitting in 11th place, that's higher than I expected us to be really at any point in the season. And we've got some more tasks coming up for sure, with a crowded schedule this time of year. Coming on after the Fulham game, we've got a week to work with to get the fatigue in order, and that is going to be a factor coming up. And now we've got Arsenal, and then you see 2 games right after this. We got 3 games in 8 days, including Arsenal right here. And Emile Smith-Rowe, he's not injured. He is back, but he's going back to face his old team who simply did not have room for him. So this is, hey, maybe a motivating factor for Emile Smith-Rowe. Maybe this gets him going early in the game. 3rd minute, Aït-Nouri building up into the middle. There's Smith-Rowe into Kiergaard, finds Gomez. Need a little cross here. Gomez chips it into Smith-Rowe. Oh, a great header just wide. Emile Smith-Rowe finding space, getting on the end of that cross from Gomez. Look at this. He puts a lot behind it. Oh, just wide. That's devastating. What a first goal of the season that could have been for Emile Smith-Rowe against his former team. But nevertheless, he remains scoreless. We remain scoreless. The game remains scoreless. Sergio Gomez up to Martel, to Emile Smith-Rowe, leading the attack. He's playing more assertively today, inspired by playing against his old team. There's a cross in. Oh, Aït-Nouri finding it, cannot. Probably should have collected that, corralled it a little bit rather than going one touch. But good to see these crosses are finding some teammates. That has the potential to work down the road. Here's a shot by Gabriel Jesus and a great save by Chevalier to keep it scoreless. 33 minutes in, still scoreless. I take that as a moral victory against a team like Arsenal with all this offensive firepower. Here comes Jesus on the attack, beats the defender. That's not good. Finds a man. Oh, what a great finish. What a great header. The back line of the defense just loses the far post. Cannot allow that to happen. A great little chip in from Gabriel Jesus and just finds his man on the back post. Nobody marks him. Look at this. Sneaks in behind the defender, and there's nothing Chevalier can do. He hadn't even turned around yet. That's actually a really beautiful goal for Pedro Goncalves, who's got 8 goals. 8 goals in the Premier League. That's impressive. He's got to be near the leaders, but has a relatively even game against a really good team at the half. 50-50 on the possession. Both have 5 shots on goal. It would be nice if we could make this hold up. It's going to take saves like this from Chevalier to make this hold up if we're going to keep this a 1-0 game. The ensuing corner after that save, and anytime we're showing you the ensuing corner, it's probably not good. As they're dribbling around, cannot diss the ball. Oh, Gabriel Jesus. What a great finish. Finds the top shelf. Looked like Chevalier just about had that corner covered, but Jesus curled it around. Let's take a look at this again. He has, it had to be perfectly placed to get by the diving Chevalier, and it was a great finish from Gabriel Jesus. That makes it 2-0, and that is probably about insurmountable for us against anybody, let alone Arsenal. Here's another goal. The wheels are coming off now. 3-0 for Arsenal, and there's not much we can do. Look at this. Again, the back post. Tallis Magno trying to get in there, but he probably would have just put it in himself. He wasn't doing a whole lot of help. He's not really much of a defender. Virgil's frustrated. This is one where they just are more talented than us, and there's not a lot we can do about it. Trying to get out of here without too much embarrassment. 87th minute, Arsenal controlling possession in the second half. Really a tale of two halves here. Another goal for Goncalves. That's 9 for him on the season. He's been fantastic this game and apparently all year. Chevalier just getting beat there. Cannot ask too much of him. So it's 4-0. We are bordering on embarrassment here into stoppage time, trying to salvage a little something, save some face. Here's Talles Magno with his speed. And can he finish? He does finish. That's a good look for Talles Magno. His first Premier League goal of the season. Hey, it's something, but it's not great. It's definitely not enough. 4-1 loss going to Arsenal. You know, you can't expect a whole lot here. I wasn't expecting to get 3 points, certainly. I would have taken 1 point, but this is not a shocking result. Only drops us to 12th in the table, so not devastating, but that's not a spot on the calendar where, you know, we are expecting to go get points. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. We're not going to beat a lot of these big teams yet. We just simply can't match up with them. And now, playing Burnley a couple days later, we've got to rotate. And, you know, you could have made the argument that we should have just sort of thrown the Arsenal game and put a stronger lineup out here against Burnley to try and, you know, identify where the wins are. But I don't love doing that. It never seems to work. Always seems to backfire. So we didn't. Now we're going to rotate a little bit. We're going to take on Burnley and see if we can't get at least a point here. But this is an opportunity to get 3 points playing Burnley at home. We got to take advantage of these situations, and we have not in the past. If you remember from previous videos, we seem to be losing the games we're drawing against the teams where we should be getting points, and then coming up with some big wins where we probably don't deserve it. So hopefully we can break that trend. This is not a good early sign. What a goal from Benson from outside the box. Are you kidding me? Looked like he got one step on the defender and just laid into one, and that was actually a really pretty goal. You have to wonder where that one came from, FIFA. You know, from way outside the box, 20 meters out, just puts his boot on it, gets the laces through it. First goal of the season. He's only played in 4 Premier League matches. Not exactly where you expect the goals to come from. So it's 1-0. We got a fair amount of time to go get another goal. Let's see if we can. See if we can get that one goal. There's a good look to Fabio Silva, who rotated in for this game. He doesn't play in the Premier League a lot, but he's getting some time here with the crowded schedule. There's another good look from Silva. He's been good in the Carabao Cup. This is a great look, but just can't quite sneak it past the goalkeeper, and Virgil's getting frustrated. He knows this is going to be a tough battle against Vincent Kompany's Burnley team. 66th minute, back on the attack. We're getting plenty of chances. Oh, bad look, but an interception. There's Holozic, who has subbed in. Oh, can't quite get the shot off as Muric comes out to intercept it. 69th minute, up ahead, another attack. Tommy Doyle over to Kiergaard, looking for a man. There's Holozic again, can't get a shot off. He's getting in good position. We're getting him the ball, but these shots are getting blocked immediately. He cannot get one on the net. 85th minute, here's Emile Smith-Rowe finding Holozic, who has subbed on for Fabio Silva, but he again cannot get a shot off, and that's basically the story of the second half. Lots of opportunities, 0 goals, can't even get half the shots on goal, and it's a really disappointing 1-0 loss against Burnley. The lack of offense really showed there, particularly at home. We really needed to get a point there, and those are the sorts of losses that are going to hurt. You see, it drops us down to 15th place, and we got to take advantage of these opportunities. There are just not enough opportunities in the Premier League to get points that we can afford to miss any of them. And here's another one against Nottingham Forest, down table, and we have a chance back at home to get points. No score, 18 minutes in, but we've dominated possession thus far, and we should. Forest is only playing with 2 midfielders, and we've got about 5 out there, so lots of opportunities. There's Emile Smith-Rowe. He cannot find the net, but he's getting some better looks in this formation. I like what it's doing so far. We just got to convert one of these. We also got to make this stop as Forest builds, and there's Chevalier, steady as always, stepping up to the task. 50th minute, Kiergaard on the attack. Look at all that space in the middle, nobody near him. He's just going to rip one for himself. Absolutely. If you're going to let him dribble up in the middle like that, he is going to take advantage of it. And what a great finish by the midfielder to make it 1-0. And that is exactly what we need to see more of, and we can dominate that midfield if we can outnumber them, and they are dramatically outnumbered playing a 5-2-3. It's really a bad matchup for them. As you see, Kiergaard with the interception. There's Holozic, another goal. That makes it 2-0. Great pass, great interception by Kiergaard to set it up, finds his man Holozic with the great finish, and it's absolutely the kind of offensive performance we needed to have desperately. Look at this. Interception by Kiergaard, has two guys to choose from. There's Holozic. Oh, nutmeg, got him. Gotta love that. Great finish by Holozic, who's been fantastic this season all year. Gotta love that signing. And pairing him with Kiergaard up top has worked really well. 69th minute, still dominating possession. This one is relatively under control. Just gotta not screw it up. Got some more opportunities. Here's Sergio Gomez for a rare opportunity. Oh, just can't finish. Matt Turner just barely gets a hand on it. Look at this, a great look. And that'll keep Gomez scoreless on the season. But Wolves are not scoreless. Here's Fabio Silva subbing in. We got to do a lot of rotation during this congested part of the schedule. Josh Doyle looking for Smith Rowe. He's got a chance. Lets one rip. Oh, there it is! Emil Smith Rowe finally opens his account with Wolves with an impressive goal from outside the box. It's not going to have a huge bearing on this game, but it might have a huge bearing on the season if we can get more of that. Look at that shot. Puts a lot on it. Top bins. And that's an impressive way to get started. And that'll do it for the Wolves. An impressive 3-0 win at home against Nottingham Forest. And that's the kind of game we need to take advantage of. Love seeing the offense come from three different guys. Love seeing a clean sheet. Love seeing a win at home. And love getting 3 points because that puts us up to 10th. Now listen, we're not exactly clear of the relegation zone here. That center of the table is so jam-packed. But hey, 10th is 10th, and that's a lot higher than I thought we were going to be as we get a week break here to get fresh and to get the stamina back up, and then we take on West Ham, who are in that relegation zone but probably shouldn't be. We all know they're a pretty solid team. We're going to have to do a little rotating here because, again, we've got 3 games in a week. We've got a Carabao Cup game coming up after this, so we need to make sure we are fresh and giving ourselves a chance at all 3 games. Now, you saw earlier in the video, we didn't do this when we took on Arsenal, and it bit us a little bit against Burnley. So we're going to take the chance against West Ham, but you hate doing it because you don't want to put a weaker team out there when you got a chance to get points and a chance for a goal with Tallis Magno. You know, rotating him, it is not exactly a huge downgrade. He's been fantastic, unable to convert that one, but a really good look. A few minutes later, another good look. Emil Smith Rowe, similar shot from the last game, but can't get it past the goalkeeper. But hey, the offense so far is not lacking opportunities. We're just lacking conversions. You have to wonder how long that's going to be a problem or if it's going to come back to bite us. 28th minute, Lucas Paqueta, he's got a little too much space, and that's what happens. You cannot give a player like Paqueta that much space or he will burn you. And it was only a matter of time before we got burnt by that one. Paqueta makes it 1-0, and now we are again playing from behind, and that's not a spot we have succeeded this year. As you see, that's a great goal by Paqueta. He's a really talented player. We'd love to get a player like him, but we are just not quite there yet. 37th minute, West Ham with the ball again. We got to keep it 1-0 here. These 2-0 deficits are borderline insurmountable for us as Paqueta gets too close to the goal. Oh, that's trouble. That is trouble. That's a defensive breakdown. We cannot have that. And this is part of what happens when you have to rotate that back line. We got some inexperienced guys in there that just can't handle guys like Lucas Paqueta. And, you know, we're going to pay the price. And, you know, this is not really a place where we thought we were going to get a lot of points. Hoping for a better fight than this. As you see, the Hammer's back on the attack. Oh, what a great goal by Danny Ings. What a great ball. Listen, how are we defending that? I don't really know what to do there. This is just one of those games where they come out and they're better than you. And it's a tough place to play. You see, you know, that stadium going absolutely nuts. And it's just not a place where we were going to get points. But hey, it is what it is. We're not going to get out of here with any points. We're just trying to avoid embarrassment. Didn't really do that either. But take a big donut from West Ham, even though they were in the relegation zone. You know, going on the road here. Tough loss. Really never stood a chance. Lucas Paqueta, best player on the field. Hey, sometimes you take it on the chin and you can't do much about it. But listen, after 5 games in this video, we're sitting in 11th place. That's better than where we started, and that's a better spot than I really anticipated us being in in this season, in this rebuild. Again, remember, the goal was just to avoid relegation, and even though that's been what Wolves have been doing for years, we were going to avoid relegation with a nice core built for the future. Well, now we've got that young core who's being built and has managed to be a mid-table team, and that's impressive. So we got to look at this in the aggregate, not game by game, and see what we have going on. And what we have going on next is a Carabao Cup quarterfinal against Bournemouth, and that'll be in the next episode. So that's going to do it for episode 5 of Rise of the Wolves here at Total FIFA Career Mode. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't already follow us. Hit that like button while you're at it for me. Get in the comments, let me know what you think about this career, and of course, if you don't already, follow us on Twitter at Pitchside Pub. Thanks as always for joining us here on Total FIFA Career Mode at the Pitchside Pub.